from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Confusion about a pay raise for Henrico educators, and a Henrico County high school graduate makes his Major League Baseball debut. We'll tell you about it coming up on today's Henrico News Minute. It's Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. It's brought to you today by Henrico County.
And now for the news.
It was an exciting night last night for fans of the Freeman High School baseball program as they watched one of their own make his Major League Baseball debut. Freeman graduate Daniel Lynch, a left-handed starting pitcher who also attended the University of Virginia, debuted for the Kansas City Royals. He pitched into the fifth inning against the Cleveland Indians at Kansas City's Kauffman Stadium. Lynch left the game with 2 outs in the fifth inning and a 3-1 lead with 2 men on base. Both of them scored on a base hit off relief pitcher Scott Barlow after Lynch left, so his final line was 4.2 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and 4 walks. His debut came just weeks after Glen Allen native Zach Jones made his own debut with the New York Rangers in the National Hockey League. Lynch graduated from Freeman in 2015, then pitched 3 years at UVA. He was a first-round draft pick of the Royals in 2018, the 34th pick overall in the draft, and he was considered the organization's top pitching prospect who had not yet played in the majors. Lynch, as a child, played recreational baseball at Henrico's Tuckahoe Little League, the same program that helped produce future Hall of Fame pitcher Justin Verlander, currently of the Houston Astros. Henrico educators celebrated when news broke earlier this spring that they'd be receiving significant pay increases, but last week some were left feeling confused and frustrated because their first paychecks as part of the new pay structure showed only small raises instead of the much larger ones they had been expecting. But according to county and school system officials, those employees are receiving exactly the money that they were scheduled to receive and will receive the full amounts they were promised on the schedule intended all along. The confusion among employees seemed to stem from the fact that many mistakenly believed that they would retroactively be paid a full year's worth of pay raises, reflecting both a 2% standard raise and 4.9% market adjustment in many cases, between April 30th and the end of their current annual contracts this summer. Actually, though, they'll receive a prorated amount during that same time period. Now, many teachers and others were expecting to see raises of hundreds of dollars or more on Friday, but instead most saw raises of less than $100 per pay period. The situation became more confusing when, in an attempt to clarify the issue, the school system's new chief financial officer, John Wack, emailed employees late Thursday afternoon. His initial email included an explanation of the raises that they should expect to see and also a sample chart that largely reflected the higher amounts that many of them thought they'd be getting. But then a few hours later, in a subsequent email, he included a different chart that showed the much lower prorated pay amounts. The pay raise plan for educators was part of a $54 million pay raise for all eligible county employees that was proposed in February by Henrico County Manager John Vitolkis and approved last month by the Board of Supervisors. It calls for as many as 3 separate increases from among 4 possibilities for most educators. They'll all get the 2% raise that took effect Friday, as well as either a 4.9% market adjustment for specifically targeted jobs that also took effect Friday, or a one-step or 2.4% increase in merit-based pay for others that will take place in June. All those who don't get the market adjustment will get the merit pay increase. And then a longevity raise will come for any employee who's been with the school system for 10 or more years. That'll take effect between October and December, ranging between 2.4% for those with 10 to 15 years of service to 9.8% for those with 25 or more years. Now, in Facebook groups, many teachers said that they were never told that the pay increase that would take effect this contract year would be prorated. Some also said that they were told specifically it would include retroactive pay for the entire school year. But Vitulcas's proposal never included plans for retroactive pay, and county government officials never suggested that such back pay would be included. But individual salary projection sheets that were made available to employees, one of which was provided to the Citizen, perhaps left some room for confusion. Those sheets showed separate sections for the market adjustment, wage adjustment, and longevity increases, and included lines within each section that showed the salary amount increase resulting from each one during a full contract year, but didn't indicate that those amounts would be prorated during the current year. You can read much more about this topic at henricocitizen.com by clicking on News and then Education. Well, if your home has a private well, spring, or cistern, the Henrico County Office of Virginia Cooperative Extension is offering a 3-part clinic to help you learn how to test them for potentially dangerous levels of contaminants. You can register online and then pick up a testing kit on Monday, June 14th from the Extension Office at 8600 Dixon Powers Drive. Each test will include a link to a virtual presentation about how to draw water samples for testing. The cost to participate is $60 per water sample. Payment is due by June 4th. For details, call 501-5160, or you can visit henricocitizen.com, click on News, and then Government, and look for this article. Today's Henrico News Minute is brought to you by Henrico County, which is asking you, how do you want to hear from the county? Visit publicinput.com/Henrico News to take a brief survey.